Hi, this is 365801 and this is another TBR video. Previously, I've done a TBR video for my prose as well as my manga. So this video, I want to try and solidify numbers that I can use going forward on all of my TBRs, whether they are prose, manga, physical manga, digital manga, or audiobooks as well. So I want to get those numbers done. First and foremost, though, I will need to reorganize my shelves a little by updating them, taking things off that I've read and moving them into other places, and putting on all of the haul stacks that I've got and tidying up as well. So a little bit of reorganization needs to happen while I put things away and reorganize and then recount so that I can give an up-to-date number for my prose as well as an up-to-date number of my physical manga before we delve into some of the digital TBR that I have as well. First things first, I have just given my shelves a little bit of dust and clean, but I have some things like this here that are left over from a haul video, and these are all prose, so they need to go down the stairs. So I'm going to take these off just now. I have this haul here, and that needs to be organized. Some of these are prose that need to get taken downstairs, and some of these are manga that need to get put on the shelves. I also have all the stuff here in this that needs to be dealt with as well. So we're just going to go through everything and tidy everything and organize it a wee bit first. I also have this previous month just sitting here, and this all needs to get put away as well. I also have this huge pile here that's just been sitting in stacks. Some of it's been read for various readathons and just in general, and some of it I haven't, and I need to put back on the shelves. So yeah, we're just going to try and organize everything just now. So here I have the prose that I need to take down the stairs that I have unread, although technically I have read this one in digital form. And then here I've got all my red pile that's mostly from the 801 readathon, so I need to put all that away too. I do mainly need to shelve all this unread stuff first though. Now I have a small pile of like non-BL. There's actually more I have packed away. And I don't really want to put it back in like the boxes and stuff that I have them in. So I might just put this up on one of the higher shelves just to keep it out of the way, but also to make it visible so that I can remember to read some of it. These are all mostly like old Tokyopop, or as you can see, some Shonen Jump, which some of these I feel like I've tried to read, like Bakuman I have, I think. But that was when I first bought them. So I'm okay with putting these on. There are a lot of volume ones, which I was supposed to read in September. That was going to be my third video, which if you've noticed, it did not happen. So yeah, at the end of September, this was the TBR that I was going to read, and I did not get around to it, unfortunately. I got them all out and then didn't read them. So there's a few that I need to put away, but I might just put them out so that I can see them and put them up on one of the higher shelves. Now I also have these two piles here that were by September reads. They need to get put away because I have now read them. And I also have this little stack of other world's books, depending on the bean counter. I also have this little pile here that I used back in, I think it was my 801 readathon. That's just been sitting here waiting to be put away. This was for like ones that I didn't really love. So it's a stack of books that I don't care too much about, which is why it's probably been sitting here for such a long time, because I'm like, I don't really like those. But the fact that they're still sitting and I'm looking at them is the best thing. So these all need to get put away as well. So here are all of the prose that I'm now adding to my TBR. Some of them I took out, so I will need to recount everything when I put it all back. Now I have a couple here that I have actually read. I think I have a third one as well, actually. This one I keep trying to read and I keep stopping. This time I managed to get about, I want to say around halfway through. It was between 5 and 6 hours on the audiobook. And I was like, oh my god, when will this end? So I really just think I have to say no, DNF, and give this back to the charity shop. I think this is where I got it from. So yeah, this is definitely a no. This one I have read as well, and I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but I did enjoy it. So I think I will be keeping it. So I'll put it away for just now. I also have one more here that I have actually read when the TV show was getting aired. I was intrigued because I had a copy anyway, and I did end up reading this and then getting some of the audiobooks of the next volumes too. So I have read this one as well. So I'm actually removing 3, which doesn't seem like a lot considering what I added. I have also removed these 2 because they were on the shelves because they were part of a series, but technically I have read them. So I thought I'm being very serious about this now because I've added so many more that I'm removing these and putting them with this stack. Some of these I've read, another Stuart Turton, and some of them I might want to keep, and some of them I might want to get rid of at some point. Probably not my KG Charles. But yeah, so I got other places to put these, but they're mainly in boxes because one day I do want to have this be full of books that I have read and that I love, rather than what it is just now, which is just a TBR shelf. So yeah, this is my TBR for just now, and I'm gonna have to count everything and put them into, I think, a little spreadsheet. Now, before I am ready to recount both my prose and my manga, I do have this I still need to go through, which is another box that I brought up from my other collection. And so I'm going to need to add this to my TBR shelf. I'm going to check if there's any duplicates that are on the shelf. I think I have this, for example, which would be a duplicate. Love Recipe. I think that's a duplicate, so I think I have these already. So that's not going to add to my numbers. But there are a few that, like these as well. Little Butterfly. Technically, I read the omnibus, so I don't think I'm going to put this on the TBR shelves. I'm just going to put this downstairs. But there is ones like this, which is La Esperanza. I'm not entirely sure. And these are the ones that I think I have a volume 4 and a volume 7. So I have 2 volume 7s, so I don't need to put both of them on the shelf, but I do need to put the rest of the series on. So I am going to have to do a bit of rearranging on the shelves as well to get them all organised. Many of these are going on the shelf, which means I'm going to have to do a bit of reorganising on the shelf with the most, which is going to be a bit tricky. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a bit of that. And then that will add to the TBR number that was in the previous video. But that's such as life. That's when you've got two collections and you're trying to put them together. So yeah, this is all going to have to go, or at least the majority of it, on the shelf. And we'll see what the new total is for that as well. I think the light is fading though, so I might just check in with you the next time where we go through starting with the spreadsheet. Good morning. It is another day and I have a lovely breakfast, an almond croissant and a cup of coffee, and I've been doing some counting and trying to create a just a very simple table. This is about as much as I can do at the moment, of my unread, so my TBR, and where I have things and what the numbers are. I'm not sure if this is 100% accurate. I do have other external hard drives and I have a lot of digital cleaning to do. It's one of the things that Izzy from Happy For Now is always very much a proponent of, this cleaning up your digital life, getting rid of things, feeling organized in your digital space so that you can feel better in your mental health. And I do feel like that is something that's overlooked quite a lot. If you look at your email and you see that you've got hundreds of unread emails, it's going to stress you out. And so it's things like that I every once in a while get the urge, the feminine urge to digitally clean, and I feel like maybe I need to do a little bit more of that. I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I do have a small timetable ready to go. Let's make it a bit bigger so we can focus on the ones that are the most obvious. So we're going to start with obviously the physical prose that I have cleaned up a little bit and added some things to, but I have read some things and taken some things off. So we went from over 180, it went up to 202. It is now going to be 197. So from today, it's 197, but that doesn't include, and none of the numbers include my October haul yet. And of course, anything that I buy in November. I have some things on the way. They will be here. So it's going to be quite a big number, I think, a jump when I next do this check-in. When it comes to the physical BL manga, I've added a few more titles, but I've also read a few since I last checked, and it's now 610. Which I feel is good. It's at least going in the right direction, even though I've added some things to it. Now we're moving on to the digital side of things. I have 26 unread or unlistened to audiobooks on my Audible. I was really shocked at that. Some of them are things like um, some I already have the physical for, the Atlas 6, Power of the Orange Tree, and some I don't have the physical for, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I think I just got them because I wanted one of the, if you buy one, get one free type thing, or if it's like 2 for 1. And I wanted one of the titles, but I just needed to choose something for the other one. So yeah, in the end, wasn't really, it's like a false economy. I have 26. Now I need to listen to them. And I don't really necessarily feel the need to unless it's to get a physical off my shelf as well. So I'm going to need to make more of an effort to get that number down because I don't actually want to continue with Audible. I would much prefer to use other services if they're the same or buy directly from the author. There's a few authors now that I would like to buy directly from. They have set up shops since there's been an overhaul with Audible. And so, yeah, I would like to be able to spend the exact same amount of money, but have all of that money go towards the author. If it's $7.99 for an audiobook, then I'd rather spend $7.99 and just give that straight to Louisa Masters. She has her shop set up. I know I spoke to Lily Morton online and she said she was trying to get her set up. So those are the ones that I would be like automatically. KJ Charles is the other one as well, but I don't think she does audiobooks on her website. I shall have to check. But those are the ones like are auto buys for me. Then we go on to the big issue, which is Kindle. Kindle, we have 3,312 unread and unorganized prose. it's mainly from Stuff Your Kindle days, which I was kind of participating long before. I would go on to like the top 100 or something like that from in gay romance, and I would be like, oh, that's free and that's free, and so I have a lot of titles that I got for free that I didn't pay for. I don't actually think I have many or any in the, well, I have to check to see which ones I actually purchased and which ones I got for free. That number includes both, so maybe a breakdown of that would be good for the next time I do a check-in. So yeah, 3,312 seems impossible. I don't know if you could do that in your lifetime. It's ridiculous. So yeah, there's a lot of things in there that I want to DNF and get rid of. I want to give them a go though. I wanted to give them a try, but I feel bad about it to just be like, no, I'm never going to read you. I want to at least pop in and be like, oof, no, that's not for me. Even if it's just 10 pages, that kind of thing. So yeah, like give it a 10-minute read, and if you're gelling with it, continue, and if you're not, then get rid of it. That might be a fun thing to do. When it comes to the manga, I did pick up a few things. Some of them were for free, so I don't really feel bad about it. Most of the BL manga that I pick up, I have read. In fact, I think everything except for maybe 1 or 2 volumes. One because it was an old June manga that was originally for the old Kindle. So the formatting is horrendous and the quality of the images are abysmal. And it's even difficult to read the dialogue. So I was like, oh, I can't be bothered with it. But I do want to read it because I did actually purchase it. So many of the Kindle mangas I just got for free, and the ones that I did buy, I don't actually want to read now. Next, we're going to move on to BookFunnel. Now, BookFunnel is also part of the free. That's why I have a BookFunnel account. It's to get free books. Often, the male romance authors will do a special kind of giveaway with each other, and they'll all put in like a short story or maybe even a backlist title, and that way I've got 124 prose. But they also do audiobooks, and I've now picked up 27 audiobooks for BookFunnel. So I have quite a bit to get through, and I fear that some of that will not be read soon. It'll kind of go into the whole Kindle prose one where it's a lot of male romance that I just got for free. The ones that I got from BookFunnel, um, that I really was excited about, I read straight away. So yeah, these are the ones that I'm less excited about. And I don't know, I feel like I need to just like give them away or delete them. It's the same with the Kindle. I need to go through it and decide, or organize them into themes and have like fun themed readings. But I've been planning on doing that for years and I've never actually done it. So maybe that's something that I'm not actually getting around to. Next is what I'm calling Play, but it's like Google my Google account. I think it's Google. I'm not entirely sure, but it's on my phone. And I have 130 manga and 8 prose on that. And it's difficult for me to actually understand, but yeah, this is what I've got. But some of the manga that's on the Kindle that was for free was also on the Google account for free. And that also goes for Bookwalker manga. Now I got 262 because they were doing this special event. I think it was a giveaway. I think you could just get the volume ones, a lot of Kodansha titles, volume ones for free. And it was like a way of promoting Kodansha. Kodansha are pretty good about giving away volume ones, which is why I've got like I've been auto approved in NetGalley for Kodansha, which is great, but I don't always want to read everything that they produce. But they did have a big kind of like giveaway, and I picked up a lot of volume ones digitally, which I did think about doing in the volume one readathon or challenge that Bazaar was doing. Was it with Chloe? I'm trying to remember which co-host it was. So yeah, the volume ones that I have with Bookwalker is quite a lot, 262. But the ones that I've got on Google and the ones that I've got on Kindle, some of that is overlapped. So there's probably around 12 that are on the Kindle one that are also in my Google Play or my Bookwalker. So if I read them somewhere, I can take them off all of those. So the number will go down a lot if I actually put in a little bit of effort to read one of the volumes somewhere. The other one is I've got some digital prose, just some books that I've bought digitally that I have a digital like PDF of. But it's a really small number, only 5. Maybe I should target that one. Like, so for example, I've got a digital Danmei copy of something from Peach Flower House. I can't even remember the name of it, but it is one of the titles that they only had digitally and they didn't produce a physical copy of. And when they were going out of business, you could purchase it. So like that's the kind of thing that would be in this section here of digital prose. So only 5. And then in NetGalley at the moment, I think I'll need to go and check. I've got 6 titles unread, which doesn't seem like a lot, but then I feel like there needs to be another category in the space next to it. Whereas for NetGalley it's its own thing. Well, with Edelweiss as well, which I'll talk about in a second. That I need to read the titles and then review the titles and then write up the review and post it. And that's where I fall down, writing my reviews for NetGalley. So it might seem like, oh, you've only got 6 ARC copies, but I actually have a really abysmal score because I haven't been writing up my reviews properly. And I've been doing the videos, but I haven't actually been doing a very good job of NetGalley for the last, I would say, year and a half. 2 years. So my score's gone way down and I think I need to get this under control. So yeah, I need to also read these things that I've asked for. So I have 6 things on NetGalley that I need to read, and I feel like I need to get my NetGalley organized before I request any more. And that also goes for Edelweiss. I have 3 titles that I need to read. Hopefully I'll still be able to get access, because after a certain point you don't get access anymore. So yeah, I want to be able to read and review properly if I'm going to get an ARC. and I feel really bad and guilty about it. And it's one of those things that stresses me out, which is why I burn my head in the sand and I don't do anything about it. When the situation just gets worse. And my score just goes way down, my percentage. I'll probably have to do a video just focusing on getting some NetGalley reviews done properly. And then I also have an additional one, and this is one that I actually purchased, oh gosh, I think it was, well, several years ago now, with the intention that I was going to do reading vlogs, just reading digital manga, that kind of thing. And that was from Humble Bundle. Now, Humble Bundle did two separate yaoi bundles. But the last one was much bigger than the first one, and some of them were overlap. So I think this is a more accurate number, and it's 76. So I think I've got 76 titles. That's not the number of volumes, but the number of titles, 76, which I think includes the previous Humble Bundle as well. It might not. I'll need to check. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of crossover. But because I had already bought them, I didn't mind. I would buy them again. It was an amazing deal, and they were very generous with lots of media dough. So yeah, I think it's 76. I'm hoping that's the right number, but there we go. I think that's everything in my, it's not a lot, but it is in certainly enough to be able to be getting on with. In terms of my TBR, I feel like this is something that some of the areas are manageable, that I would be able to get through. Probably not by the end of the year. So I would like to be able to check in every once in a while and see if I can get these down and maybe actually feel like I've got a handle on my digital TBR. So yeah, this is everything at the moment. We shall see, and I will need to update this as we go. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this weird little organization / digital TBR video. This is like the third one in a mini series of what's on my TBR, and I don't think this is 100% accurate for the digital, because I also, like I said, I have a lot of digital cleanup to do, and I have lots of external hard drives to go through and find things that I probably have books that I have digital copies of. But yeah, things like that. Other things, like I think I probably got some Sublime digital titles that I haven't included in here that I do have the PDFs for, because that's how Sublime Manga organize it, and I haven't read yet. So maybe like I should focus on reading some more Sublime, which would be good in, maybe I should do that in December, because that's when Bazaar and Katie sometimes host a Sublime Christmas, 25 days of Sublime Manga, I think. And maybe I should be doing some of my digital reading for Sublime then as well. So yeah, it's a work in progress. So it's not a set in stone, but the numbers are what they are just now. But I have a sack of October stuff, and I have things in the post on the way. So yeah, it will change again and again, and I think that's something I just need to accept. So thanks so much for watching this little series of 3 videos. If you haven't checked out my first 2, I will put them in the description below. I'd love to know what your TBR looks like. Is it as bad as mine? Do you have as many unread Kindle books as I do? So many free Kindle books. And how do you organize it, especially your digital? Is there an app or something that you use? Honestly, I'm always looking for great organizational tools. So if you have any ideas that I can use to help me organize and read my digital titles, please let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the next one.